everybody, we are the Babes of Bourbon. I'm Megan Rudder.
I am Eric Rudder.
And the little rascal just right out of frame over here.
What's biting me? Right here.
This is our cutie pie Poppy Rudder. She is in play mode right now, so we're going to try to keep her off the table. But if you have ever been around a cat trying to keep them off a table... How is trying to keep Poppy off the table going for us?
Pretty much impossible.
Not happening.
Not at all.
She's got a launch from our love seat that's off to my right, and then she hops right onto the tabletop. So
some videos will have her around. Some videos will be like, this is a little more serious, but this is a
this is a fun one. Welcome to our week 3 final episode of our holiday series.
Yes.
How to convince your friends to start drinking bourbon.
Or rye whiskey.
Or rye. Any
Both.
whiskeys.
Either.
All things.
Yes. So, what do we have in store for us tonight?
Well. Nothing but wonderful things.
Yes.
So, of course, with it being the holidays, with us trying to conclude this series, we started with some bourbon creams. We started with some whiskey mixers with Coke. Then we moved on to bourbon old fashions, both the Wisconsin version and the regular. And now we're moving on to just neat bourbon and whiskey.
Yes. And if your friends want to try, friends or family want to try bourbon straight, but they aren't ready to go to the Glencairns, definitely over rocks glass with a lot of ice is totally a great step as well.
That's a good call out.
Yeah.
I mean, I still enjoy drinking bourbon and whiskey over ice sometimes too.
Absolutely.
It changes the flavor. It's just a completely different experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tasty.
Yeah, for sure.
So Eric and I have found 2 mildly effective ways to get people to start drinking bourbon. And I know because I was one of the people he tried this on. And we have 2 examples. The first one is bring out a bottle that just looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something about bourbon. People do want to try it. They want to drink it. And they want to drink out of a bottle that's beautiful.
Yes.
So that's one.
And
what are you going to say, sweetheart?
If it is good bourbon inside that you at least like a little bit.
Yeah.
So that you're not
Hopefully
feeding
you like
them a bad
garbage.
There's some cool looking bottles that are pretty bad out there.
Yeah.
But, and option 2 is give them something a little more sugary to start.
No, that's not option 2. Don't listen to him, folks. Option 2 is pulling out something that you yourself just really enjoy and want to share with people. Now, if it's a little on the sweeter side of bourbons and whiskeys, yes, that's helpful.
Yeah.
But option 2 is just pulling out a bottle that you enjoy.
Yes.
Some of our forerunners for tonight, guys. Front runners.
Yeah.
We're, of course, Woodford Double Oak. That's where it's at for us.
Mm-hmm.
We enjoy if we're thinking about a rye, our Whistle Pigs, our Pikesville.
But we also want to do something that we haven't really talked about on the video at all.
Which is how we landed on these 2 bottles, which both we very much enjoy.
Yes.
Can we start with your pick?
Yes. So this is Smoke Wagon.
I don't know a ton about.
They are out of Las Vegas, and I know this bottle is sourced from MGP. And it's 4 to 6 year old
I have a question.
bourbon. Yes.
Can you explain what MGP is?
MGP is a distillery in Indiana.
Mm.
And they make a lot of the sourced whiskey. So they sell the distillate to
other distilleries?
Yes, in this case, Smoke Wagon.
So they don't have to go through the work of actually aging it and making it.
So Smoke Wagon does all the aging, all the blending, all the everything other than just making the original product.
Okay. So it's just the actual act of creating
the original distillate.
Gotcha.
So the white dog is
white
what they
dog.
call.
Now, okay, that makes sense to me because I've never heard of the word distillate before. But if you've gone to a distillery, sometimes they'll sell the white dog. It's the the whiskey before it becomes whiskey because it's not aged in anything. So it's just like a clear alcohol that you can then age, blend, and create into whatever flavors you want. Thank you for explaining that. Now, oh my God.
That's a little late.
I'm going to pour my own.
The bottle just sort of pours.
Guys, Eric pours the biggest pours in the world. If he was a bartender, he would just be like, whoopsies, triple shots for everybody. Yeah. Yeah, that's why you're a fun bartender, though, at like small parties.
Yeah. If it was, what's that guy's name? John, that does the bartender show.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Bar Rescue.
Bar Rescue, where he comes in and just yells at people. I would be getting fired the first day. Yeah. He'd be like, "You're giving half this bar away for free."
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Now, this bottle, just so you guys know, we're going to probably review it in a little bit more in depth in a later video as well. But like Eric said, we'll post a picture on our Instagram at the Babes of Bourbon so you can get it close up, because I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it has like these really beautiful vines and flowers running up and down the bottle. It has this really beautiful wax seal on it. It says, now I don't speak Latin as it is a dead language, but I'm going to do my best to pronounce this. It says, Bibanis Morienda Nest, which is...
What Harry Potter spell was that?
Oh, yeah. It's, we must drink because we're going to die soon.
Yeah.
Is the loose Wisconsin translation of it. That's pretty much what it is. So first off, cheers. And a very Merry Christmas.
Yes, and Merry Christmas to all of you too.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, if you celebrate anything else.
Yes.
Enjoy. I know Hanukkah has been happening around this time as well. Loved Hanukkah as a kid. My grandparents are Jewish, and we get Hanukkah presents on top of our Christmas presents. So it was pretty cool. Not gonna lie, guys. So for this one, the nose is subtle.
I can, just knowing the bottle and the mash bill, I'm pretty sure this one's high rye, so I do get a lot of, you start getting that rye and spice in there, and I would say I'm not sure what
else. Get a little bit of clove.
Yeah, I get a little vanilla. Just slightly.
Oh, I would say subtle rye, subtle clove, subtle vanilla, like you said. It doesn't have a big nose punch, but it's pleasant. Again, which if you are introducing people to drinking bourbon who are interested in drinking it, you don't want to give them something too overwhelming.
Yes.
This is something good to start with.
I don't know what that taste is, but it is pretty sweet, in my opinion. It gives a little bit of rye flavor and oak. I think it like almost your classic bourbon, rye, spicy.
Yes. Like I know, like when you think to yourself, man, a bourbon, like that is exactly what I imagine bourbon to taste like. I have to say for Smokehouse, solid, but there's nothing particular that stands out to me.
No, it's just your good standard.
The nose isn't too crazy. The taste is good. The finish is like very subtle. It's not lingering. It's just kind of...
I would say medium. It lasts a little bit, but... I personally enjoy this.
I do too.
And it's a cool looking bottle.
It's hard to say, guys, because I did not look up the notes and things and the actual taste. Just kind of flying by the seat of my pants today.
Yeah.
But it's very tasty. It's very subtle, very good. I would give this to somebody and I feel good about it.
Yep. If one of my friends were interested in bourbon, I would definitely be more than willing to start them off with this one.
Nick, we're talking to you.
Yes.
He's not the starter. He's more of a vodka lemonade man, which is still very good. Yeah, tasty. Guys, I don't have anything else. This one's hard because I'm not like picking anything that's like really strong.
No, and this is a 4 to 6 year bourbon. So
Really?
it's not going to be anything too crazy in the flavor normally, but they're blending this to perfection, in my opinion, for that 4 to 6 year range, and it's really flavorful.
I would agree. I'm going to go really quickly through our scoring. Just so, again, I think we started this like 3 or 4 videos ago. Just wants to keep us honest. For notes, out of 2, I'm going to put a 1 because it has a good nose, but it's not anything spectacular, or I wouldn't remember it.
Yeah.
What do you have for a nose?
I have 1.
Perfect. What do you have for taste?
1.5.
I also have 1.5, and that's out of 3. I would say it's like completely average in a good way, and that's not a diss on this in any way. If you saw it on the shelf, I think it's worth the buy.
Yep.
Finish.
I also
2.
Gave it right in the middle, a 1.
I did too.
Yep.
Good.
And cost and availability. So one thing about this Smoke Wagon in the states it is available. You can find it, especially this normal small batch. But in Wisconsin, you can't find it. I had to drive down to Illinois to get this one. So availability, depending where you live, it's either available or not. So
which I wouldn't dock it for that. It's kind of like,
they're a new
Wisconsin
small
beers or something.
Yeah, small distillery that is getting off their feet. So
I would definitely say worth the buy. I'm excited to see what they do in the future. And again, I think just based off the bottle, classy. I think they're focusing on making solid products based on the taste of this bourbon. And
it was $45, I think. So exactly where I would expect within that craft distillery range.
Now for a meal.
Whoa, that was Poppy. She maybe missed the jump a little. She is okay.
Guys, everybody, Poppy's okay.
She just missed the little jump.
She just missed the jump, right, Poppy? And now we're gonna let her go back to playing. All right, back to availability, guys. Okay, so I don't know if this is biased because I didn't put it off of the availability for Wisconsin. I was thinking like if I was in Nevada, it would be in every store.
Yeah.
I gave it a 2 out of 3.
I would agree. I'm going to give it a 1.75. Yep.
Solid.
And I would definitely, based off of everything they're doing, I would definitely want to support Smoke Wagon. They have a great social media presence. If you end up liking them, they are very friendly. They do an awesome job marketing and in a very consumer friendly way and really try to educate everybody. So that's awesome to see. See, she's fine.
She made it with this jump, guys.
Yeah.
She's curious about what's going on the paper.
So I think mine comes out to be a 5.25.
And mine comes up 5.5 out of 10, which is exactly for our scale again. Anything above 5 is good and solid, and I would drink and buy again.
Yes.
So cool. And then we shall move on to my pick, guys, which is the Angel's Envy finished rye whiskey finished in Caribbean rum casks. Now, this one, a little backstory on Angel's Envy, like the original Angel's Envy. That was one of the very first whiskeys that Eric gave to me to try, and I hated it. Like, I haven't revisited it since in like the 3 years, the 2 or 3 years since he first gave it to me, which I really think we need to do. It's
very strange because I've heard that one is good for like beginners because it is a little sweeter.
That wasn't my experience.
No. That's why I sort of bought it. I'm like, maybe she'll like this one.
I didn't.
She likes wine and it's finished in port barrels.
Are you talking about this one or
no, the other one, the regular?
Really?
Yeah, it's finished in port barrels. So I was thinking, ooh, maybe I can make it into drinking bourbon this way. Did not work.
No. But now I really, and that's not to knock Angel's Envy. That was just like coming in blind, never tasted anything, just took a sip, and I was like, oh. But then in Kentucky, when we were there for our honeymoon, Eric had me try this. And oh my gosh, I loved it, guys. Now, for a lot of whiskey drinkers, it really splits people.
I was not lying. This is a very sugary.
It is very sugary, this one.
Whiskey. Yeah, it's not going to be for.
That was a big pour. Whoopsie.
It's not going to be for everybody.
But it is for a lot of people that don't drink a ton of whiskey and bourbon.
Correct. And if you're a little bit of a big boy like me and you like your sugar, you like your desserts, this isn't what I'm going to want to drink every day, but some days I'm going to want something a little sugary, a little desserty, and I feel like this fits the bill.
Yeah. Now this one, it again, like the title says, it's finished in rum barrels. So like when you're drinking rums, that is what you associate more with the sweet, with those like sweet, spicy, like you're on a Caribbean cruise. You know, let's go to Cancun. Let's go somewhere down in Central America. Like that's kind of how it lends to the flavor. I did have my dad try this, and my dad hates like alcohol just in general, but like especially straight alcohol. And he could like tolerate this, so I thought it was a pretty big win.
Yes. What I would say about this one, if you're smelling whiskeys and bourbons and you're like, I can't tell any notes, this one is actually very easy to pick out some notes. Maple all the way.
Just like
jumps off.
It's so unusual. And that's one of the reasons why I like this bottle as well, is because it's different than a lot of what you're going to drink. And again, like Eric said, it's not something that I would drink every night. He was just talking about this. Like, you know how in wine there's categories for like dessert wine? If there was such a category for whiskey, this would be a dessert whiskey.
Yes. 100%.
But you can like hold your cup just like away from your face and you can get maple notes. Just kind of bananas to me.
A little maple syrup, pancake-ish is what I would say you smell. Along with my only complaint about the nose is I get a little burnt coconut in there, and I don't love coconut, but that's because it comes from a rum cask.
And for me, I'm like, oh, there's coconut scents, and this is amazing. So that's just a difference. Oh, I always forget how good this tastes.
And then as soon as you taste it, it is maple syrup 100%.
Totally.
Maple syrup pancakes. That it really is just that is a bomb in your mouth. It's like you poured a little extra maple syrup on your pancakes.
Okay, have you guys been to Cracker Barrel? And it's literally like if you've ever been little or an adult and had like the maple syrup, like the natural stuff, and just took a little swig of it, you totally get that taste in this bourbon. It's not a bourbon, guys. It is a rye. It's 95% rye. So, which
is crazy because you don't get any of like that spicy finish that you would normally get on a 95% rye.
Yeah.
This really probably has a ton of sugar in it, but that's okay.
Yeah, guys. It's a dessert one. And this bottle, we probably, again, just like the smoking, and we'll pull it out again. I think maybe do a side-by-side once we get another bottle of Angel's Envy. Because I think Eric finished that one on his own years ago. So we'll have to do that. But yeah, I just hope you guys really enjoy your holiday season, however you're celebrating.
Are we not scoring this one quickly?
Oh, shoot. Guys, I'm just wrapping it up.
Just trying to say bye.
The nose, I'm giving it a 2 out of 2.
I'm giving it a 1.5 because I don't enjoy that coconut smell. That burnt coconut. I might be being a little harsh, but can't give 10 out of 10s everywhere. Taste, I actually love the initial taste on this one. I am going to give it a 2.5.
For the taste, it is just delicious, strong, different. I'm not giving it a full 3, and I'll tell you why. This is why, folks. I'm not giving it a full 3 because it's not the norm.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, like a full 3 would really have to be a little bit more on the traditional side. But man, guys, this is tasty.
Yeah.
It's my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Finish?
Gotta do another one. Sippy sip. Out of 2, I'm going to give it a 1.5 out of 2. I think it's strong. I think the maple that you get from the nose and the taste lingers with you. I don't think it's overwhelming.
No, you really just continue that maple train. So
the maple train,
yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 1.25 out of 2.
Now this is where it's going to get hard. This bottle is $80 at MSRP, which I would like to see it at like 60 or 65.
I agree, and it is pretty hard to find.
Yeah,
it is a little more limited. It is a really cool looking bottle. They have
the angel wings on the back,
and I think the name Angel's Envy is amazing. As we were talking about the angel share a little bit last week, where the angels get the evaporated bourbon
put that
or
together
whiskey.
For Angel's Envy.
And now it's Angel's Envy. We get to drink what is the really good product. So I love the name. But we're not giving points for marketing here.
I didn't even think about that the angels are envious because we get something better than they get. Guys.
Don't give them a point for marketing.
Marketing point added. No, I'm just kidding, guys. So I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 3 with the availability and pricing because I think part of the reason that it's $80 is just because it's a little bit different.
Yes.
Which I still think it's worth the buy. Like we've bought 2 bottles of this total after sampling it because we just wanted to have like a little bit more of it if we wanted it because it is so unique.
Yeah, and we thought exactly what we're saying, that our friends and family would probably enjoy this and maybe be intrigued into drinking whiskey with us.
Yeah. I don't think we've given this to anyone that didn't like it so far.
No, everybody's enjoyed it.
Yeah. And of course the people that we're giving it to aren't like solid bourbon drinkers either. They're more of like, we will try this because you like it, and they're beginning to like an experiment.
Yes.
With different bourbons and whiskeys. Fun. Okay. Math time, guys. This is where it gets down to the nitty gritty. 2 plus 2. Ooh. I'm not surprised. I'm giving this a 7 out of 10.
I am giving this a 6.25 out of 10.
Doesn't surprise me either. I like it a little more than he does.
This is definitely a buy if you find it. Try it at a bar if you're a little worried if you like sweeter things. If you don't, I wouldn't recommend buying this.
Yeah,
if you don't like sugary things.
It's very sugary. It's like taking a sugar cube and like dipping it in maple syrup and then putting like a drip of bourbon in it.
Yes.
Would you agree? Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
All right. And now I can get the holiday. Guys, I'm just so focused on just celebrating the holiday, having a break, opening some presents that I'm like, it's a wrap.
And we are doing this video a little later than normal because it's a little crazy here during the holiday season.
It certainly is. But, we're just grateful we get to spend time with family and get to make it work. Some on Zoom calls, some in person. And,
yes.
It's a crazy year.
Yes, definitely. Glad it's rolling over to...
Yeah, I mean, hey, there were a lot of good things that happened, though. Yes. We got married, we got our house, we got our cute little kitty cat. And then the bad things, oops, pandemic. But all reasons to either cry and drink or celebrate and drink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just have a wonderful holiday, however you choose to celebrate. I hope it is filled and drowning in bourbon and whiskeys.
Mm-hmm.
As always, like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. Did I miss any of those things?
I don't believe so.
All right. Well, this little Babes of Bourbon family is signing off for the night. Have a wonderful holiday, guys. Bye.
Bye.